All right, update on the solar system. I got my first Evergy bill. It was pretty close to zero. It was like $100. Usually it's 700 or 800 bucks just in the winter. I finally got my rack of batteries filled out. We might do one more rack, but I'm grid tied, so I don't need a ton of storage. I just don't want to pull from the grid, and then I like to sell back my excess power during peak hours. And then if we do have a power outage, I'll end up, if I have two racks of 5 batteries, 60 kilowatt hour of storage, these are like 5.12 kilowatt hour each. And for those of you who aren't super into solar, electronics, and wattage and all that, 5.1 kilowatt hour battery, which are these server rack batteries, really common size. They're 48 volt, 100 amp hours. So you just take your volts times your amps, and that's your amp hours. But basically, a 5.12 kilowatt hour battery could run 1,000 watts for 5 hours. That'd be 5,000 kilowatt hour. And that's kind of how you break all that power down. We've got an 18 kPV grid tie EG4 inverter. It's a beast. You can see how big this thing is. It's probably 22 inches wide by 3 feet at least tall. Here's my hand. So beast of an inverter, but super quiet, super smooth. I like to use these Anderson connectors on the batteries. We've got everything inspected and sold off to the city. So my recommendation on the solar stuff is maybe buy the stuff yourself, have a trusted electrician who does solar, kind of get the other things that you're not familiar with, and then do the city permits and pay them to get it set up. Just my opinion on the solar thing is just don't go through the solar companies, because you do get good tax credits, and the solar companies it's just not a very well developed market. And so the solar companies kind of, in some cases, might charge you more per watt than what you can hire an electrician for and the equipment and get it done. And the tax credit is tremendous. It's a tax credit, so it comes off what you owe. It's not a deduction. It's not a standard deduction. So the credit is basically, worth 2, 3, 4x a standard tax deduction. So that's awesome. So our payback period on this, if we're going to save $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month on electricity, we're going to be paid back in like 18 to 24 months. It's an absolute no-brainer. All this stuff's going to last for 15, 20 years easily. And then Vatrer, I want to mention them again. Shout out, great company, great customer service. They used to have blue batteries. I switched them out, and they switched my blue out to black. I know I hate to be that picky. I didn't want like 2 blue batteries in here with the black.